How many of you don't want to be stressed, don't want to be angry, don't want to be feeling depressed? You want to be feeling in the green zone and feeling good, happy, thriving, peaceful, whatever it is. Most people want to feel that way. And so I'm going to teach you, I have a whole video on what to do with understanding your emotions from the red zone to the green zone, yellow, or blue. Today, we're going to talk about how to be in the green zone because the green zone is what lets you to be peaceful. It allows you to feel good. And then your life is better. You treat people better. Your experience of life is better and everything is better. So I'm going to teach you how you can be in the green zone and find the green zone 98% of the time. I hope this helps. All right. So first, what is the green zone? This is when you are in a happy, calm, peaceful state. This is when you're at your baseline. You're feeling good. You might be feeling high energy and feeling awesome and dancing. And that's just, you're feeling yourself and who you are. Maybe you're just at a calm place. You feel great, but you are just right here, stable, peaceful, etc. That is where we want to be. In life, as humans, you're not always going to be there. You're not always going to be in the green zone. We can try to be. We can show up that way most of the time, but stuff happens. Sad things happen. People pass away. We get disappointed. We have something hard happen. We get angry. We get frustrated. We get these feelings. Feelings are okay. Feelings are not the problem, even though, of course, we want to feel more of the more fun emotions or the better emotions like love and passion and happiness and excitement, right? No one wants to feel sad, miserable, disappointed, embarrassed, jealous, etc. But it happens. And so understanding how we can be in the green most of the time and then understanding how we can handle all the other stuff is essential in optimizing your experience of life and optimizing your own life. The first thing I want you to do is think about what makes you feel your best. When are you feeling in the green zone? When do you feel that happiness or you feel like yourself? You feel like a kid again. You just feel peaceful. You feel calm. What were you doing to get to that state? Are there things? So think about it. Pause the video. I'll give you a second. And think about what made you in that zone. The second thing to always look at is your core habits. Are you eating well, getting enough sleep, and are you exercising? These three things will completely change your emotions and your experience of your life. Exercise is scientifically proven to be better at treating depression than some of the leading SSRIs. And exercise literally activates the neurotransmitters like dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin, endorphins that literally make you feel focused, calm, happy, etc. So if you're not exercising, you're leaving happiness, peace, calmness, and control off the table. You're not helping yourself, right? And so always look to that. That is something that helps me feel my best and control my own emotions. When I'm exercising, I am doing way, way better. And I didn't notice this for someone who was super active growing up, but I went through a little, and then I was active even in my young adult life, but I went through a somewhat of a inactive period or not as active as I was. And I definitely experienced some more of the emotions that I wasn't used to. So really, really use this tool. Look at your nutrition. Nutrition and food fuels you. It's fuel. You wouldn't put lemonade or soda into a car because it won't run properly. And so if you're eating more whole foods, plant foods, fruits, vegetables, water, you're going to be feeling better. So if you can figure out what foods make you feel energized and what foods make you feel fueled and good, that is another place to start. And lastly, the sleep. I know, especially as adults, and if you're having a family or if you have jobs or other things, your sleep schedule could be off. If you're working and you're waking up with a baby 7 times, 8 times a night or more, of course, it's going to be harder to get the sleep. But if you can optimize your sleep routine, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just trying to get 7, 8 hours in, you're going to feel better. And if you're not getting that and you're feeling really emotional and stressed, you can notice and see if you can change it, but at least get the nutrition right. At least try to get the exercise. Like, I didn't get enough sleep, but I'm going to fuel myself well and I'm going to get exercise. So it's these basic things that could be hard to do, but it's harder not to do them. So always look at those first. That is essential and what helps me thrive and be in the green zone most of the time. The other thing is your vitamins. I stole this from Jesse Itzler. He's my multi-million-dollar mentor, has had billion-dollar companies. He's married to Sarah Blakely, and she has the billion-dollar company as well. But I love them as people. They're great people. And he says to have daily vitamins. What things fuel you? What, like a checklist. If I were to give you a checklist and you could write 3 to 5 things that you need to do that will make you feel better, that make you feel happy, that make you feel fueled. Maybe it's the nutrition. Maybe it's some of those things I just talked about with the core healthy habits, but maybe it's spending time with your family. Maybe it is reading a book. Maybe it's creating some type of content. Whatever it is for you, can you do a few of those things each day? Because a lot of people aren't feeling good when they don't have those core health habits, but then they're not doing things for them, and they're doing everything for their kids. They're doing everything for everybody else. They're saying yes when they should say no, and they're not saying yes to some things that make them feel good. And so what are the things? Right now, I want you to identify 3 to 5 things that you could do every single day that are going to make you feel good. And maybe from your reflection time at the beginning, you know some of those things. I know when I get to read for this amount of time. I know when I get to exercise, when I eat smoothies or whatever, it makes me feel good. Write them down. Okay? Write them down. We now need to figure out when to do them. Okay? And so you know what you want, but then you have to make it a habit and schedule it in. So the best way to make it a habit, like if you had soccer practice, you know it's Tuesday, Thursday, and you go, right? That's your schedule. If you have a work schedule, you show up. So put it in your calendar that, all right, well, I want to exercise, but I have this going on, that going, like you have to find a time. Find the time, whether it's early, whether it's late, whether it's in between things. Find the time for the things you love. You can't afford not to. You know, I can just tell you can't afford not to. You got to find the time for you. Schedule it in, put it in the calendar, figure out what you need to do if you need to coordinate or if you need to go to a gym that has someone who could watch your kids. If you have family or friends around that could help you could trade off, or your spouse can help, or you can wake up early before everyone's up. Find the time and fit it in, those key habits. The other thing that can help is just being more in control of not only yourself, which is what we're talking about, like how do I feel good as a person and a human, but then being in control of your life in general. So if you have a family, if you have responsibilities or goals, the more in control, the more organized you are, the cleaner your house is, the more simple things are for you. You don't have to be worrying about all these things. You're making thousands of decisions a day. You're dealing with all sorts of people. Me as a teacher, I'm interacting with thousands of kids every single day, teaching hundreds of them a day, right? And so that's a lot of energy and people and things, which is great. I love that. I love being around people instead of being just at my desk as a software engineer. But no, having that awareness is really helpful so that you're not drained. And how can you refuel yourself? I've heard from a lot of successful mentors and really wealthy people and happy people and thriving people that you got to play life on offense. Okay. If you just do whatever you want, you watch Netflix till whatever time you want, you wake up whenever you want, you exercise randomly, you don't have a schedule, you eat whatever foods you actually want to, etc. That's fine, but that's not going to get you the results you want. You have to do the things that get you the outcomes you want. If you want to feel good, you have to do things that make you feel good. If you want something, you have to do that. And so there's a reason things are more stressful for you. And sometimes we even make our life more complicated. I'm always about how can I make my life simpler? How can I make my life easier and more enjoyable? It's not about adding all these things. It's actually about taking away. So what can you take away or remove from your life and make it easier for you so that you're focusing on what really matters? And identify that, what really matters to you, so that you can show up better for that instead and say no to some of those things. Sometimes you're doing too much. And so that takes you out of your baseline when you're just doing. You got to do enough of the right things and do the things that actually matter to you. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you want more information or if you have more questions, let me know below. Check out more videos and I'll see you in the next one. You got this. You deserve to live a great life. I know you will. Keep going. Cheering for you.